Good evening. It's Saturday, June 30th. It's Giants Roundup. The Giants blank the Dbacks 7-0, and now we're tied for second place in the NL East. And it was a great night by the Giants. This is Giants Roundup, and of course Saturday, June 30th, 2018. You can follow on Twitter, join the Crooked Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. And this is a very nice win for the Giants tonight. And now they are tied with the dreaded Dodgers for second place going into a important part of the season as the Giants finish the month of June. There is no June swoon this year. It's a June bloom. They finished 18-10 in the month of June and only lose 4 times at AT&T Park during the month of June. Ain't that nice? And Derek Rodriguez was beautiful on the mound. Pitches 6 1/3 strong innings, strikes out 5, walks 2. Can't complain about that. And the Giants get on Shelby Miller early in the second inning with Brandon Crawford with a solo home run. It makes it 1-0. And then in the third inning, Crawford walks to score a run. It makes it 2-0. But also back in the first inning, the Giants prevented a run. And a rundown is as Peralta tried to score in the second inning. It was Lamb. As Hansen miscalculated the ball, and then Lamb tries to run home to score, but Hansen was able to nail him down, and they get the out there. That prevented the run. That was a momentum changer right there, with the Giants nailing down Lamb in the second inning. Then in the third, the Giants pad on, as I said, with the walk. Then Panda. Singles to center. It scores McCutchen. It scores Bell. It makes it 4-0. And then Joe Panic sacrifices to center. It scores Brandon Crawford. It makes it 5-0. The Giants were not done there. In the fourth inning, McCutchen hits one to right. It's gone. It's 6-0. Then in the eighth inning, somebody who has not hit a home run in a good while hits one, and someone who's struggled at the plate. That's right, Joe Panic. He takes one deep. It makes it 7-0. It might be his only hit of the game, but it's his 4th home run of the year. His first home run since April. That has to feel real good, and it probably puts a big monkey off your back if your name is Joe Panic. Now it's time for Panic to get his batting average up a skosh. And some wonderful things happened tonight. Crooked numbers, that is right. The Giants put up a crooked number in the third inning, scoring 4 to make this game wide open, which is wonderful. Goldschmidt, 0 for 4. Beautiful. Posey goes 3 for 5. McCutchen 3 for 5. That batting average is starting to rise. McCutchen's starting to get hot. Now the question with McCutchen is it maybe time to consider extending McCutchen next season? I think he's starting to do well enough that this could become a topic of debate. And Gorkis Hernandez, 2 for 4. But to see that 0 on Goldschmidt is beautiful. Lamb, 0 for 3. The only ones who did damage against us tonight were David Peralta and Curtel Marte. And Marte left the game in the 7th inning after outrunning a hit. He pulls his hamstring, and that would be the end of his night. And the Giants just tee off on Shelby Miller tonight. 5 innings pitched, 6 earned. And this is probably Shelby Miller's third start since coming back up from the minors. And I think Miller is probably done as a major league pitcher at this point. And also, the Giants managed to give Sherfree an ERA after today. He gives up his first career earned run. Eric Rodriguez, as much as I'd like to see him stay up when Samardzija returns, I think he'll probably go back to the bullpen probably next week when when both Cueto and Samardzija returns. Unfortunately, Rodriguez is going back to the minors or at worst, or say Guerin. And Guerin wasn't too bad either tonight. He put up a scoreless frame in the 9th. This was his first inning of work in a very long time. It was good. Now the question is, do they keep Corey Guerin around? But the problem with Rodriguez too is there's a kid in the minors by the name of Ray Black who is certainly looking to get his opportunity in the show. He's put up a good stretch of scoreless frames in Sacramento right now, and he's really starting to knock on the door of a call up to the show. But I think the big reason why Rodriguez might be going back is he's got some good raw talent, but he only uses 3 pitches. It would certainly be beneficial for him to develop a 4th pitch, and it would be easier developing that 4th pitch down in AAA than up in the majors. But certainly we are going to see Rodriguez back up in September. That is no doubt about it. And last night, Andy Suarez, he looked excellent. Suarez is up for the rest of the season. Pierce Johnson's likely going back down. It totally would not even surprise me if we see a 6-man rotation once both Cueto and Samardzija returns. That cannot be put out of the question. Or maybe Stratton goes to the bullpen. He's kind of been inconsistent thus far. He's kind of been the weak link as of late. So you could realistically see Chris Stratton go to the bullpen. I'd like to see more consistency out of Stratton, to be honest, and that's going to put the month of June into the books. Tomorrow it will be Zach Godley against Derek Collin to wrap up the series before the Giants head out to Coors Field for a 3-game series after this. And Holland and Godley, this could be a good game. We'll see what happens. Certainly the D-backs, they definitely don't want to get swept. So they certainly are going to be coming with their A game tomorrow. And we'll see which Derek Collins shows up, the good one or the bad one. But that's another guy who's kind of had consistency issues on the season. But realistically, if it weren't for the fact that Rodriguez needs to develop a 4th pitch, I would realistically say he should stay. But you can't live on just 3 pitches as a starting pitcher. At some point, you're going to get exposed with the bats, and it'll catch up, unfortunately. So, but don't count him out. He's definitely going to be back up in the show sooner than later at this point. And I was a little surprised that we saw Alan Hansen in left field tonight. I really thought I really thought Austin Slater was more deserving of the start tonight in left field after his great performance to get the Giants the W. And Hansen's really starting to cool off. He went 0 for 5 tonight. So I certainly think tomorrow it will. We'll probably see. Certainly in the squat tomorrow, it will be in the squat tomorrow. It will certainly be Nick Hundley. I think it would be wise for Bochy to go back to Austin Slater tomorrow in left field. Most importantly, now the Giants are tied for second place in the NL West with the Dodgers at 44 and 40, 3.5 games back. And certainly Colorado trying to hang in there at 6 games back at 41 and 42. And it's July, so now it is really time to start seeing whether or not the Giants are buyers or sellers at this point. And they may not have to be either at this point. Let's go to the MLB roundup for tonight. The Blue Jays beat the Tigers 4-3, taking the win. Sang Hwang Oh taking the loss. Joe Jimenez. Yongurvis Solarte continues to boost his trade value as he goes 2 for 3 tonight. And Matt Boyd takes. And Detroit has now lost 11 in a row and has fallen to 36 and 48 on the year. Toronto's still trying to hang in there. And in Wrigley Field today, the Cubs trounced, or shall I say, the Bears. The Bears trounced the Minnesota Vikings 14-9. Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka wins today's game. And Albert Almora Jr. goes 3 for 3 today. Jason Hayward goes 4 for 6 for the Cubbies. And this is not a miss. Ian Happ goes 2 for 3, and this is not a misprint. The Cubs get 20 hits and in today's game at Wrigley. And none of these hits, ironically, were home runs. And for Minnesota, Eddie Rosario goes 2 for 3. He hits his 18th home run of the year for the Twins. And Chatwood gets roughed up for 7 earned and 5 innings pitched. Wensing gets tagged for 2 earned and 1 inning pitched. Former Giant prospect Adalberto Mejia gives up 4 earned and 4 innings pitched. Addison Reed comes in. He was not good today. 4 earned in 2/3 innings pitched. Trevor Hildenberger, oh God, not a good day. In just 1/3 of an inning, gets lit up for 5 earned runs. And that would be the sum of the Twins' problems today. And in Baltimore today, the Angels beat the Orioles 6-2, taking the win. Justin Anderson taking the loss. Michael Givens, who gives up 3 earned runs and 1/3 of an inning pitched. His record falls to 0-6. And his ERA has ballooned to 4.60 on the season as he's fallen on hard times. Ian Kinsler goes 2 for 3. And certainly Cashner, he's done okay thus far. Maybe Cashner could be on the trading block for the Orioles fire sale at this rate. Tanner Scott 2 earned and 2/3 of an inning pitched. Zach Britton finally pitches a scoreless inning. And on the other side of the bay today, the Oakland A's beat the Cleveland Indians 7-2, and they've won 6 in a row. And believe it or not, they're just 6.5 games back of the wild card in the AL. So the A's are no way out of the playoff race as they are hot. They've won 6 in a row. Their record now goes to 46-38 on the year. Good things are happening on the other side of the bay for our Bay Area counterparts, the Oakland A's, right now. And Dexter Fowler hits his 5th home run of the year for the A's. Josh Flagley hits a home run today, his 2nd of the year. Matt Olson hits his 18th home run of the year for the A's. And for Cleveland, Francisco Lindor hits his 20th home run of the year. Jose Ramirez, his 24th of the year. Edwin Jackson, good today. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 2 earned runs for the A's. Taking the loss was rookie Adam Plutko, who gives up 3 earned and 5 2/3 innings pitched. Josh Tomlin, not good out of the pen today, gives up 3 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. And Oakland is 8.5 games out of the division, with Houston leaking a little bit of oil as of late, but are 6.5 games back of the wild card as of tonight. So by no ways, no means, Oakland is out of it. And Lou Trevino gets his 3rd save of the season. But believe it or not, maybe this is the year Oakland is a buyer instead of a seller. Maybe this is the year they say, let's go for it. And you know what? It might be time to say go for it if you're the A's. You need to get fans in the seats, get fans excited for A's baseball. Now is the time to make a run. And you don't need to get an ace, but get a decent starting pitcher. You can solidify that rotation, get some arms healthy like Trevor Cahill. Then see what happens. I certainly think the A's, you could never count out the A's in the last half of the season. I've seen them make strong finishes in years when they make a playoff run. So don't count out the Oakland A's if they're playing hot. Don't count them out. They know when to play good baseball down the stretch. And Bob Melvin, he is certainly a great manager. He's certainly the right manager to get this young team back to the playoffs this year. So props to the A's for their hard work thus far this season. In Tampa Bay tonight, the Rays beat the Astros 5-2, taking the win. Is Vidal Nuno taking the loss? Justin Verlander, probably one of his worst starts of the season, giving up 5 earned and 5 innings pitched. His ERA goes up to 2.12. And former Giant Matt Duffy goes 3 for 4. His batting average is now 322. Wilson Ramos 2 for 3 for the Rays. And in Cincinnati, the Reds pound the Brewers 12-3, taking the win. David Hernandez taking the loss. Mike Zagurski, who gives up 4 earned without recording an out. Scooter Gennett 3 for 4, as he's definitely pursuing that batting crown at 332. And Chacin was good today. And Tommy Molly strikes out 12 in 5 1/3 innings pitched today for the Reds. Mike Zagurski gives up 4 earned without recording an out. Taylor Williams 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. Jacob Barnes 3 earned in 1 inning pitched. And Eric Kratz 2 runs, 1 earned in 1 inning pitch. And Kratz comes in, and this is the backup catcher for the Brewers. It got so bad they decided to use a position player. And in South Beach, the Marlins beat the Reds 5-2. Yes, the Marlins are no longer in last place. They are actually in fourth place. Taking the win tonight is Pablo Lopez. Taking the loss, Jacob deGrom. Eric Lou nets his 8th save of the year. Starlin Castro goes 3 for 4 for the Marlins today. And now that's the last place New York Mets at 32-48. The Marlins 34-50 on the year. In fourth place. And in Philadelphia today, the Phillies beat the Nationals 3-2, taking the win. Victor Arano, Jeremy Hellickson takes the loss. Hellickson goes 4 2/3 innings pitched. Returning from injury, gives up 3 earned. Vince Velasquez leaves the game with a yeah, leaves the game after a forearm injury. Luckily, it was not too significant, so that's the good news there. The bullpen was good for the most part. And in St. Louis today, the Braves clobber the Cardinals 11-4, taking the win. Max Fried taking the loss. Luke Weaver, Max Fried, 6 2/3 scoreless innings, 11 strikeouts. Ozzie Albies goes 3 for 5 for the Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. goes 3 for 5 for the Braves. Hits his 6th home run of the year. Harrison Bader goes 2 for 3 for the Cardinals. Luke Weaver gets pounded for 8 earned and 4 2/3 innings pitched. His ERA is up to 5.16. And St. Louis, now's the time for them to get rolling, or they're going to have to maybe go into the sellers position. And in New York today, the Red Sox pound the Yankees 11-0, taking the win. Chris Sailing was sailing away with 11 strikeouts. Yes, Chris Sale was dominant today against the New York Yankees and Sonny Gray. Oh, is it time to say bullpen for Sonny Gray? As he gives up 6 earned in 2 1/3 innings pitched. Not exactly what. And his ERA now goes up to 5.44 on the year. Might be time for Justice Sheffield if you're the Yankees and move Sonny Gray to the bullpen. Just not working out for him in the Bronx this year. Giovanni Gallegos gives up 3 earned and 2/3 of an inning pitched. And the route was on for Boston today. Rafael Devers goes 5 for 5 today. JD Martinez goes 3 for 4 on the year. Devers hits his 14th home run on the year. And this will be a fun rubber match tomorrow night on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN between the Red Sox and the Yankees. And in LA today, the Rockies beat the LA Dodgers 3-1. Taking the win is German Marquez, who gives up only 1 earned run in 8 innings pitched. Kenta Maeda takes the loss. 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, just did not get any run support today. And also in Rocky news today, John Gray was optioned to Albuquerque as who was supposed to be the ace of the rotation today, was sent back to the minors. He has struggled. He's had some big time struggles this year. And hopefully, maybe a trip back to the minors will help him get himself right at this point. And the Rangers clobber the White Sox 13-4 tonight. Matt Davidson goes 3-for-4 for the White Sox. Adam Engel 2-for-3 for the White Sox. Davidson hits his 14th home run of the year. Avisail Garcia hits his 4th home run of the year. Carlos Rodon, 5 earned and 5 1/3 innings pitched. Luis Avilan, 2 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. Bruce Rondon comes in. No good tonight. 5 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitched. And in San Diego tonight, the Pirates beat the the Padres beat the Pirates 4-3. Joey Lucchesi takes the win, taking the loss. Trevor Williams, who gives up 4 earned and 4 2/3 innings pitched. Gregory Polanco 2-for-2 for the Pirates. Jose Perella 2-for-3 for the Friars. And Brad Hand, not exactly his best night closing, gives up 2 earned, but still gets the save. But this makes it a little too close for comfort tonight for the Friars. And in turn forward the clock night in Seattle, the Mariners beat the Royals 6-4, taking the win. King Felix, who didn't look too terrible tonight, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned. Taking the loss is Jason Hamill, who gives up 6 earned and 6 innings pitched. Mitch Haniger goes 3-for-4 for the Mariners. Ryan Healy goes 4-for-4 for the Mariners. Healy hits his 16th home run of the year. Whit Merrifield goes 3-for-5 for Kansas City. And yes, they were wearing those hideous turn forward the clock night uniforms in Seattle, and they were sleeveless jerseys. And I hope the Giants don't bring those back. Giants had one of those nights back in 1999. Or turn ahead the clock, excuse me. They had a turn ahead the clock night in San Francisco in 1999. Back when the Giants' final season at Candlestick Park. And I never was crazy about it. Or back when it was 3Com Park many moons ago. And I just actually never liked the sleeveless jerseys to begin with. And here's one of the turn ahead the clock jerseys from 1999. That would coincidentally be the last year the Giants would play at Candlestick Park. The sleeveless jerseys, I never liked them. They looked more like NBA jerseys than baseball jerseys, and I just never cared for it. And I found it more of a gimmick, and it's just as bad as say those NBA jerseys with the sleeves. I've never liked those. Never liked those NBA jerseys with the sleeves or those color rush jerseys in the NFL. I don't know why Seattle decided to. What on earth Seattle decided they wanted to bring back those sleeveless jerseys. Didn't like it in the 90s. Didn't like them tonight. And hopefully they could put them in a time vault and open them on the 12th of Never. Find some other alternate jerseys, just not the sleeveless ones. I think more there were a lot of fans that didn't care for it either tonight on the posts I've seen on Twitter. So yeah, certainly put those away. I'm not a fan of them, and didn't like it when Barry Bonds wore it and the Giants were wearing them in the last back in 1999, and 20 teams in the majors that year actually did do turn ahead the clock night, and I see why they don't do it anymore. Go down on the farm tonight for the minor league roundup tonight. In the Battle of 99 tonight, the Fresno Grizzlies beat the Sacramento Rivercats 4-3. Taking the win is Rogelio Armenteros, who gives up 3 earned and 5 innings pitched, strikes out 7, walks 1. Taking the loss, Casey Kelly, who gives up 4 earned and 5 innings pitched. Definitely fallen back to earth the last couple of starts. And Kelby Tomlinson goes 2 for 4 for the River Cats. Miguel Gomez recently called up to the River Cats, goes 2 for 4. Steven Duggar goes 1 for 4. Yuhi Perez goes 2 for 4 for the River Cats tonight. A.D. Davis goes 3 for 4 for the Grizzlies. Fresno improves to 48-33 on the year. Sacramento falls to 46-36 on the year. Tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow will be the series finale. The Giants will look for the sweep, and Derek Collins on the mound. We'll see how witty and funny he is. But now it is time to move on to the Giants Outsiders tonight with Therese, and Grant is on assignment. So we'll see who. Hopefully Ahmed Fareed will be there in place of, or Alex Pavlovic. He's fun to chat with on Twitter. So hopefully one of those two guys will be on tonight's Giants Outsiders. I'd like to do it one night. I will substitute for Grant one of these nights if you give me the opportunity. So pick Rob Iman one night. So everybody have a good night. And catch Giants Outsiders should be on right now. I think Ahmed and Alex should be coming off the air in a few moments. So let's all go and raid Giants Outsiders on Facebook Live. I wish it was on Periscope. So I'm going to call it a night. Everybody have a good night. See you tomorrow afternoon.